Hello fellas. Welcome back to Top 5 Choices. This is Haley from Top 5 Choices, and I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I am going to do a detailed review and pick the top 5 best camera phones, 2022. After doing proper researches, we came to the conclusion that meets the best in terms of overall. Kindly leave a like if you find this helpful, and I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications if you haven't. We will be also providing affiliates link to purchase from Amazon. Kindly use it for best offers and purchase from anywhere in the world. We'll be back with more videos. Google Pixel 6 Pro Mobile was launched on October 19, 2021. The phone comes with a 6.70-inch touchscreen display with a resolution of 1440 by 3120 pixels at a pixel density of 512 pixels per inch, ppi, and an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. Google Pixel 6 Pro is powered by a 2.8 GHz octa-core Google Tensor processor that features 2 cores clocked at 2.8 GHz and 2 cores clocked at 2.25 GHz. It comes with 12 GB of RAM. The Google Pixel 6 Pro runs Android 12 and is powered by a 5003 mAh battery. The Google Pixel 6 Pro supports wireless charging, as well as proprietary fast charging. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Google Pixel 6 Pro on the rear packs a triple camera setup featuring a 50-megapixel primary camera with an f/1.85 aperture and a pixel size of 1.2 micron, a 12-megapixel camera with an f/2.2 aperture and a pixel size of 1.25 micron, and a 48-megapixel camera with an f/3.5 aperture and a pixel size of 0.8 micron. The rear camera setup has autofocus. It has a single front camera setup for selfies, featuring an 11.1 megapixel sensor with an f/2.2 aperture and a pixel size of 1.22 micron. Google Pixel 6 Pro is based on Android 12 and packs 128 GB of inbuilt storage. The Google Pixel 6 Pro is a dual SIM, GSM and GSM, mobile that accepts nano SIM and eSIM cards. The Google Pixel 6 Pro measures 163.90 by 75.90 by 8.90 mm, height x width x thickness, and weighs 210.00 grams. It was launched in cloudy white, sorta sunny, and stormy black colors. Sensors on the phone include accelerometer, ambient light sensor, barometer, compass/magnetometer, gyroscope, in-display fingerprint sensor, proximity sensor, and fingerprint sensor. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is simple but stunning at the same time. I appreciate the sharp, squared-off angles, and I also like that the cameras aren't housed in a honking bump. They are more flush with the back of the handset. The overall look is minimalist and sleek. Another plus, the 6.8-inch display is gently curved, so it adds some aesthetic appeal without leading to accidental screen presses. My only complaint is that sometimes typing words or moving the cursor on the extreme left or right side of the screen can be a challenge. Despite having a slightly larger display than the 6.7-inch iPhone 13 Pro Max, the S22 Ultra is lighter at 8.07 ounces versus 8.5 ounces for Apple's handset. The Galaxy S22 Ultra feels solid and durable, and it should, as it's fortified with an Armor aluminum frame and a Gorilla Glass Victus Plus back. We'll have to see how well this phone holds up in drop tests, though. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra looks determined to top our best camera phone list and unseat Apple and Google. Our testing shows that the S22 Ultra is a very good camera phone, but it's quite the champ. The Galaxy S22 Ultra boasts a larger 2.4 pixel sensor for capturing more light and data, as well as a super clear glass lens for capturing nighttime videos without flares. You also get a 12MP ultra-wide lens, plus dual 10MP telephoto cameras that combine to offer 10x optical zoom and 100x space zoom. For more comparisons, check out our Samsung Galaxy S22 versus iPhone 13 Pro Max low-light photography comparison. Samsung is also doubling down on computational photography with its camera system. There's adaptive pixel technology that combines 9 pixels into 1 for better images in the dark, enhanced AI high-res processing, and 4x faster multi-frame processing. The Huawei Mate 40 Pro feels great in the hand, with its glass back and glass screen sandwiching an aluminum frame. The dimensions are 162.9 by 75.5 by 9.1 mm, and it weighs 212 g, and while those measurements make it seem pretty big, for a phone of its screen size, the Mate 40 Pro doesn't feel overly huge. The curved edge display, which helps the phone fit snugly in your palm, adds to this impression. We found the power button and volume rocker, both on the right edge of the phone, easy to reach. People with smaller hands might find it a little trickier to hit the higher up rocker, but most will be able to reach the power button easily enough. The Mate 30 Pro didn't actually have a volume rocker, as on that phone Huawei debuted tech that allowed you to slide your finger up and down the curved screen edge to change the volume. Given that the rocker has returned here, we'd guess that particular novelty didn't catch on. There's no 3.5mm headphone jack here, so fans of wired audio will have to use a converter with the USB-C port in order to use their existing wired headphones, or look for USB-C wired headphones, although there are few options around at the moment. The back of the phone feels sleek, but you might find that its appearance detracts from the overall impression of elegance, as our review unit quickly became a canvas of fingerprint marks. This was on the black version of the phone, and it's also available in silver, which might not show off finger smudges as much. At launch, green, yellow and white versions of the Mate 40 Pro were also unveiled, and we'd say these look a lot more striking than the black model, although we haven't seen them on sale anywhere yet. The Huawei Mate 40 Pro display looks pretty great, though the paucity of streaming service apps means that opportunities for enoing it are somewhat limited. This screen is 6.76 inches diagonally, which is pretty big, but as we've mentioned, the design goes some way in mitigating any issues with this. OnePlus hasn't gone too crazy with the design of the OnePlus 9 Pro, which can be a good or a bad thing, depending on how you see it. I don't really mind it. The core shape and dimensions make this phone similar to the OnePlus 8 Pro, however the 9 Pro is slightly thicker at 8.7mm and a bit lighter, 197G. It has an aluminium frame and Gorilla Glass on the curved front and back. It looks and feels premium, but I'd recommend the pine green or stellar black colors, which have matte finishes, versus the mirror gloss finish of the Morning Mist trim that I have. The OnePlus 9 Pro is a tall smartphone, but I quickly got used to the placement of the volume and power buttons. Tactile feedback is good and the alert slider works as expected. There's no headphone jack, but the dual SIM tray, USB Type-C port, USB 3.1 Gen 1, and bottom firing speaker are in the same positions as they are on the 8 Pro. The OnePlus 9 Pro keeps the IP68 dust and water resistance rating of its predecessor but gets an upgraded 50W, up from 30W, wireless charging system. More on this later. OnePlus has switched to an LTPO OLED display for the OnePlus 9 Pro, which the company claims cuts power consumption by up to 50% compared to the previous model. It's a 6.7-inch display with a QHD+ resolution, 120Hz refresh rate, and HDR10+ certification. The refresh rate is variable based on the app being used. You also get a new feature called Hyper Touch, which when enabled, is said to improve touch response for certain games such as Call of Duty Mobile. The box contents of the OnePlus 9 Pro includes a 65W charger, Type-C to Type-C data cable, SIM eject tool, stickers, case, and the usual documentation. It's good to see the fast charger and other accessories still included with the phone, unlike the sparse contents of Samsung and Apple's flagship phone boxes. OnePlus has picked Qualcomm's best current SoC, the Snapdragon 888. Announced in late 2020, this new beast of a chip was initially seen in the global variants of Samsung's Galaxy S21 series. The iPhone 13 Pro Max retains the flat edges of the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but looks a bit different. For one, the camera array is larger than before, so it takes up a bit more real estate on the back of the phone, weighing 8.46 ounces. The iPhone 13 Pro Max is also notably heavier than its 8.03-ounce predecessor. But I'll allow that given the new iPhone Pro has a larger battery. The biggest upgrade to the iPhone 13 Pro Max's display, and biggest upgrade overall, is the new ProMotion display. This 6.7-inch panel can dynamically scale its refresh rate from 10 Hz to 120 Hz, which results in smoother overall performance and animations. The iPhone 13 Pro Max has a bigger camera array for a reason. The main wide camera is Apple's largest yet at 1.9 micrometers pixels, up from 1.7 micrometers, while offering AF/1.5 aperture, which is rated to deliver 49% more light than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And the ultra-wide camera offers a larger f/1.8 aperture, was f/2.4 for iPhone 13 Pro Max for brighter pics while offering a wider field of view. Zooming on the iPhone 13 Pro Max gets a boost as well, as the iPhone 13 Pro Max's telephoto lens offers a 3x optical zoom, up from 2.5x on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and there's lots of camera upgrades beyond the hardware. For example, the iPhone 13 Pro Max leverages the ultra-wide camera to capture images as close as 2 centimeters away. I really enjoyed getting up close with this piece of wood on a nearby beach. While the iPhone 12 Pro Max struggled to get close, I could capture every nook and cranny with the new iPhone.